Well, what's up, investors? It's Chrissy here with Wellspring Property Management. Hey, I just got off the phone with a client. We sent the contract out. He's going to sign it, so he's almost a client, right? And the three big things that we were talking about were how much can you get for rent? What does your maintenance processes look like? And do I have to allow pets? And what are the safeguards in your processes if I allow pets? And that's what we're going to talk about. Pets. Should we allow them? Should we not? What are the pros? What are the cons? Pet inclusive housing is on the rise. We all know this. Almost everybody has a pet. If you don't have a pet, somebody that you know has a pet. They carry them around with backpacks. They have their own special little beds, their own special little food, all their little toys that go with them. And what can a landlord do to open their property up to a larger renter pool and protect their investment at the same time? Because having pets boosts your renewal rate as an investor, as a landlord, and it also increases occupancy rates. So let's get into it, a couple of concerns we have and how we can adjust that to possibly allow pets. Well, this is going to surprise you, but I think the biggest concern over allowing pets in your property is not damages, it is unauthorized pets in your property. Typically, unauthorized pets in their property cause more damages than the ones that are authorized. And if you think about it, it does make sense, right? Somebody who lets you know everything that's going on. Hey, I have a pet. My name is Fifi. She's a 2-year-old poodle. She's gone to obedience training. She can catch a frisbee. All those things, they're going to be a little more on top of it and responsible with their pet versus somebody's like, yeah, man, I have this dog Brutus, and we're going to hide him from the landlord so we don't have to pay a pet deposit, and then we'll just scooch him out of there when we move out, and who cares if he chews up the walls? We don't know how that happened, right? It must have been a rat infestation. Speaking from experience, anybody? Yes. So just want to kind of backtrack a little bit because I got myself sidetracked, and I seem to do that a lot. But unauthorized pets do cause more wear and tear than authorized pets. And typically, if you find out that there's an unauthorized pet and you make them go into compliance with your processes and procedures, magically, they become emotional support animals or some type of service animal. And that's a whole different ballgame. And as a side note, you cannot say no to a verified support or service animal. And we can talk about that in a whole other video because that's a whole bigger topic. But just know, if you have somebody that says, hey, I have an ESA or a support animal, you are not allowed to deny them, even if you have a no pet policy. So protecting yourself by allowing pets definitely does help alleviate the no pet, unauthorized pet problem in your property. A lot of times as landlords, we're going to go ahead and adopt these policies, no pet policies, or breed restrictions like breed, size, weight, whatever, to say we don't want like the big pit bulls or the Rottweilers or the Great Danes on the property. Or if we do want to add smaller dogs, we'll say that's fine, but we need to have a deposit or additional fees. And that's all aimed to reduce our risk, right, as landlords. However, the market is changing, the laws are changing, and so must our policies. And just as a quick side note, only 9% of authorized pets typically cause damages. And when we think of damages, we're like thousands and thousands of dollars, which that does happen. But the average damages that a pet costs in the recent surveys that I have seen are about $191. So, and that's usually covered by the deposits or the increased deposits, if you can charge those. If you can't charge those, that's a whole other video that we've done previously. Go check those ones out. So, Chrissy, that's great. I'm going to allow pets now, or I'm not going to allow pets now. That is totally up to you as a landlord. Just know if you don't allow pets, there could still potentially be a likelihood of you having a pet in your property if it's an emotional support animal or ESA. And on a side note of that, I have heard that, let's say your insurance policy does not allow for aggressive breeds. We'll just use that as the example. If you have a person that comes in that has a support animal or a service animal that is an aggressive breed, and your insurance won't allow that animal on the property, you would likely then have to go find different insurance. And then in today's insurance world and how crazy it is, and trust me, I have some good friends in insurance, and it is almost impossible to get new insurance right now, especially quickly. You don't want to do that. It's just a whole ball game. It's a whole giant mess. So what do? At Wellspring Property Management, we have pet policies and procedures. Every applicant that comes through has to fill out a pet screening profile, and they are either saying they don't have a pet, they do have a pet, or they do have an animal. Emotional support animals and service animals are not pets, they are animals. So just know that difference. They have to fill it out no matter what. If they don't have a pet, great. If they do have a pet, great. If they have an emotional support animal or a service animal, great. But then they have to provide the documentation to us to prove that the animal is who it is. That is then sent to a third-party screening service that takes a look at it, calls the doctors, gets all the proof that we need, and they will say yes or no. If it's not, then that animal's then moved to a pet. If it is, then we just proceed with that application, how it goes. I recommend, if you are not a landlord with Wellspring Property Management or doing it on your own, you find your other screening services that can help you do those policies as well. Like, the name of the game is protection. We all want to protect our properties. We want to provide safe, habitable homes for people who are living there. And adding a pet to a home is a personal choice, one that we do for our properties. But if you have any more questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm Chrissy with Wellspring Property Management. You can call us at 760-371-4282 or email me, Chrissy at wellspringpm.com or wellspringpm.com. Have a great month. Talk to you later.